The guy dropped his pants, and underneath, he was wearing a bra. That's when his roommate realized he wasn't a guy at all, he was a woman. She dropped to her knees, begging him not to say a word. This secret was way too important. Her name was George. She'd been waiting tables at the same diner for over 10 years. Every night after her shift, she'd count her tips, then stash the cash under a loose floorboard in her room. She was saving up for a dream, to open a place of her own one day. Then one night, a house painter named Paige showed up at the diner. He needed a place to crash, so the boss lady told him to bunk in George's room. That's how he found out her secret. But just when George thought she was screwed, Paige peeled off his shirt and revealed he was a woman too. Turns out, Paige had once been married. Back when she was living as a regular woman, she'd married another painter, a drunk who beat her when he got loaded. One day, Paige couldn't take it anymore. She ran, chopped her hair, put on men's clothes, and started working as a painter to survive. And the crazy part? Paige ended up getting married again, this time to a woman. That's when it hit George. Maybe there was still a shot at happiness for her too. Paige nudged her and said, "Hey, Helen's a real sweetheart, you should go for it." Helen was another waitress at the diner. Cute face, golden curls, sweet as pie. The next day, George worked up the nerve and asked Helen out. Helen smiled awkwardly and said she was already seeing a guy named Charlie. When Charlie heard about it, he told Helen to cozy up to George anyway, said maybe they could squeeze some cash out of her. So Helen agreed to the date. On their first night out, Helen used George's money to buy Charlie his favorite chocolates. George was careful with every penny, and watching the money fly out of her hands stung a little, but she kept telling herself, just a few months of this, and we'll be engaged. On their second date, Helen used George's money to buy Charlie a pricey bottle of whiskey. Charlie was already plotting to have Helen clean George out completely. Meanwhile, George was stuck, torn over whether to tell Helen the truth, before the wedding, or after.